Hey everybody, welcome back. It's been, well, I can't even tell you how long since I made a video about the Master Deluxe here. Haven't really done anything to it this entire year. I've driven it a few times, got to enjoy it. I did do another build. I did a chassis swap on a Miata of all things. So that's in the playlist. You can check that out if you want. Totally different than the Master Deluxe. This weekend, I did take it out to a thing that was called the Railtown Throwdown. Really awesome pre-70s hot rod show here in Altoona. It was really cool seeing some vintage stuff. And I did get the Pinstriper's Pick Award for this car. So that was pretty cool. Actually, this little oil can still has oil in it. It was pretty cool. I gave you that at the end of the show, and I wasn't expecting anything. But what we're going to get back after working on this thing is, it's awesome. That 4.3 Vortec does fine for this car. I don't want to go any faster than that thing can do, but it is loud. And I will take you under there. I'll show you what I had done for the exhaust before, which was basically straight pipes, which is just stupid. And it basically sounds like a V6 with straight pipes. So I bought some mufflers. They're just kind of universal jobbers. We'll throw them on there, and hopefully that helps a lot with the sound here. So let me just lift it up a little bit more. I'll bring you under there and kind of show you what I did before. It's in one of the videos ages ago, don't remember. And so let's get under there, check things out. All right, well, if you watched the build from the beginning, what you might remember is I ran my exhaust from my headers on the Vortec here, and then I cut a hole in the frame and I welded in some pipe there for the exhaust to go through the frame. And you can see it poking out this side. And then basically it's just a straight pipe and it just dumps right there. Now, you wouldn't think a little Vortec V6 would be terribly loud, but holy smokes, let me tell you, when you are ripping down the highway, that is loud. I already got this side off over here, but this is the driver's side. Again, cut a hole in the frame. I got the header wrap going right to that all the way through, coming out this side, and it shoots straight back. So I already took that side off, and I got my universal muffler here. Nothing fancy, just got it at a place called Surplus City. It's just basically a little muffler. It's got stuff in it, so should be better than what I have currently. Anyways, I just made a little mark here. You can see in a mark there. I'm gonna cut this flange off so that I can weld it on this end. And I'm gonna cut this flange off so I can weld it on this end so that we get a muffler on either side. Should make things a lot better for cruising, so to speak, because right now when you're ripping down the road, that thing is loud. So other things I got done, you can see a steering wheel on the floor there. I did replace that because it just it was the S10 steering wheel. It's nothing fancy, just got it at a flea market or a swap meet, something like that. Makes it look a little bit better for the old chassis swap here. So I'll stop babbling about this stuff and I will get some work done here today. Hopefully making the car a little bit more user-friendly. At some point, still got to put bumpers on, all sorts of different things. You know, these projects are never done. But for right now, welding up some exhaust. Okay, well, first problem, I cut these ends off, you can see, right, like zero. And my plan was just to even out the length so that it matched. When I cut this flange off of here, I was gonna stick that boop over that, realized that for some reason, if you can see in there, I stuffed that one pipe all the way to the end. Probably because I think I did the exhaust at like 4 a.m. one night just before the rat stock thing last year. Anyways, what I found is I had the offcut. It was just a U thing, one of these universal kits from Summit, I think. But anyways, I can just take this and shove it inside of that one, and we'll make that length match whatever the other one was, and we're good to go. So we'll tack that on there, put it back in the car, make sure we're good to go, and yeah, step one. All right, well, what you saw me do there was trying to line this up. You can see that I've got this dumping right out here, shoots out right in front of the tire. Where this sits in the car is right there underneath. And I was trying to get this pretty much parallel to the bottom of the sill here. What we're running into is the support that I put in for the, you can see my finger right down there. We're running into this support for the running board. So what I'm gonna do is, I think I like the position. I like that it's parallel to the sill. What I'm gonna do is I'll take it out again. When I'm welding it, I will make a little relief in this piece of square tube here. Because let me get under here. And you can see that they are happily touching one another. So I'm going to just make a little notch there. I'll probably cut it out and then weld it back up with some metal on top so there's not just an empty hole there. But yeah, that is not enough clearance for the exhaust. So that'll be an additional part of our install here. All right, well, I just notched that, you can see, and I just got some tin snips out, a little bit of scrap 18 gauge here, and we're just gonna lay that in there like so. I already put the exhaust pipe in here, which is now fully welded and ground off. I'll probably spray that with just some high temp spray paint. We'll zap this thing in here. And there's plenty of room now, probably a 1/4 inch underneath that. We'll reinstall our exhaust and then basically rinse, wash, and repeat, or whatever the thing is for the shampoo. So I'm going to tack that in there now, or just fully weld the thing in and move on. But anyways, that's just the little notch in the support for the running board. All right, well, I only got half of it done, but I figured I'm kind of curious what kind of difference that's going to make, because this thing seriously was wicked loud before. So curious is all. Better. We definitely got to do the other side. So anyways, I'm going to do that. I'm not going to bore you with the repeat, but I'll meet you again at the end, and hopefully sounds a little bit better. All right, well, it's been a couple days and I don't even remember where I left you in the last video, but what I did get done is both of the mufflers are on, the exhaust is totally in there, so haven't started it up yet, but it's done. The only thing that I'm doing is I need a little bit of clearance right on the bottom part of the door. So I've been doing that, and I'm gonna take you over there and show you some of the ridiculousness of this car. I don't know if anybody who watches this video has been one of the people who's watched from the start, but this thing was full of fiberglass and awful body filler and everything. So let me flip the camera around here and show you what I'm dealing with. All right, so I just need to give a little bit of clearance right along here because the muffler is wider than where my exhaust pipe was. You can see I got a mark with my Sharpie there. But anyways, this is some of what I cut off the other door. And anybody who watched this from the beginning, you can see all this filler. This is all just fiberglass and body filler, but this is the bottom part of the door. I guess you'd call that the part of the sill, door sill here, the very bottom of the skin of the door. But I mean, that's right there, that's 1/8 of an inch of body filler on top of the metal. And that's here on the bottom of the door. You can see how the door is split here. There's actually a layer of epoxy or fiberglass or some kind of shenanigans on the inside of it there. So if you watch from the beginning, you know how much body filler and fiberglass and everything was in the trunk and all over the floor, and that's why it was cut out and why we ended up doing the chassis swap anyways. But stuff like this, it's just ridiculous. So anyways, I'm just going to shave this off, make a little bit more room for my muffler. Let me come back over here, because when I close the door now, this part here is a little bit fatter than it was before. So I'm just going to clearance that a little bit so that it fits in there. I think it does look pretty nice. And the other side is exactly the same. And now we got 2 mufflers. So I'm going to do that quick, and then I'm going to be done for the night. All right, again, this is ridiculous. I mean, I'm covered. I'm just covered. And all I did is I took off from this edge here back to there. You can see that's all body filler. And this here on the corner, that's a 1/2 inch of body filler there. No metal underneath. Didn't get metal there yet. You can see some metal peeking through here, but look, that's ridiculous. Anyways, it's done. I'm going to stick it back on and be done for the night. All right, well, it's pretty late as per the usual. But anyways, got it back on the ground here. I did start it up, and it actually sounds way better. It actually sounds like, you know, we put some effort into doing some exhaust on this thing as opposed to just straight pipes. So I'm very pleased with that. I'm going to take it to work tomorrow, so I'll take you along for a ride there. And I guess that's it. We're shined up, ready to go. And I don't know, pretty good progress on the thing. So I'll just put it on a little time lapse for the commute tomorrow, and that's it. Hope somebody watched this. Hope you're having a great night.